Welcome to CNH Tuesday podcast. How are you all? I think that's where we are.
Wins, I don't know how I am. I feel like I have gone through about 15 million emotions since releasing this podcast. There are parts of me that feel absolutely ecstatic that people have reached out and we've touched people's souls and they have got thoughtful reflection or it's helped them feel not alone. I've had my own shit brought right up to the surface again, had my own things to deal with, loneliness, not being protected being a major theme. So yeah, that's where I'm at. What about you? How's it been for you?
I'm not going to lie, I was very nervous, but it's strange. I wasn't nervous about anyone knowing the information. I was nervous for me. Because I feel that a lot of the time the only person that generally knows the stuff that I share is me. Or the paper that I tend to write it on, to work on, and I was nervous about, it's not the people knowing, it's definitely not people knowing, it's knowing what you share is going to open up for other people,
Do you think in a bit of that though, because this is quite important to us. This is like become a big factor in our week. We are excited. We'd like to see where this is go. We like this create us freedom. So there's that sort of, although we don't put pressure on each other, do you feel like that's contributed towards your nervousness?
What, because we want it to, because it's so important.
It is really important to us, isn't it? We've discussed it.
Well, do you know what it is as well? We have these conversations on the daily. How many people open up to you? How many conversations do we have? How many people share things that you give them, like, space in which to explore things safely, guide them, advise them, give them another angle to look at it from? And knowing full well that doesn't go any further and that they'll come back and they'll say to you, oh my God, you know what you told me? Blah, 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 blah. I've done this, I've done that. This has happened. Do you understand what's happening for me right now? And we get to share in their success, in knowing that they've started a process, they've started a journey, they've found something in themselves worth doing it for, based on what we see in them before they even know it's there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the pressure.
And there's something so powerful in it, isn't there? Because we've spoken a lot also about our laughter. That we laugh a lot, and our podcasts have been pretty deep.
Really deep. And normally when it's mine and your trauma, we're just pissing ourselves laughing.
And we can really joke about it. And I think because we've been delivering it to other people for their trying to keep it so that it's for
relatability.
Their benefit. We sort of lost our humour and that's been fed back, isn't it?
Massively.
You're not laughing and joking, and we laugh and joke at ourselves all the time.
Yeah, and at the traumatic events that happen, that's actually one of my key coping strategies, to piss myself laughing or find the funny in it, because if I don't find the funny in it, most of the time it's because I don't want to allow myself the scope to fall apart.
Yeah.
Because I worry if I fall apart, what that will look like. I struggle to find people that can take me falling apart.
Yeah, I hate
because
that.
I'm normally the one that's like, what? We've got this.
Yeah.
Right. What? I'm everyone's cheerleader. Yeah, exactly.
Let's
That's how I feel. Let's go. Let's do this. The energy kicks in. The solutions come flying out. And the fact that I find it funny, almost how you respond is how they respond, and you can do it without it feeling so damn flooring, which obviously we explore a lot. You and I are very, very similar in the fact that if I'm going to go deep diving, I'm finding the fucking bottom. And if I'm not finding the bottom, I've not done the work.
Yeah.
That's coming out, and that's never coming out again.
Yeah.
I want it out, and I want it done, and I want it dealt with, no matter what that looks like and what that brings up, and how long I have to give myself permission to explore it, to feel it, to allow the compassion and understanding, and to find we talk about versions of ourselves, to find that new normal, knowing that information and looking at that and all who reside in that, and processing it.
Yeah.
So when I go on a deep dive, I have to allow myself the right time to do that.
And I also think when you sound about permission, I wonder if, like, for me, when it really hit chord, how doing this with you, who can hold me, and I can hold you, and that we can give ourselves permission to lose control here, but we've also given ourselves permission for ourselves, just me and you in a room. Yeah, we have guests, but that's not a norm for us. We're always like, oh, we've got to do that for them, and we've got to do that. And this is predominantly, yes, we love it to help other people, but predominantly this is for me and you. We're like, we've had this idea, for 2 years now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. Oh yeah, we'll do that. Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll book a date in the diary. And then we did it, didn't we?
We just did.
We started them in your garden.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have to get some clips out from them sometime.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when we get a bit more professional, like, you can see where we really started. But it's that it's our time. Like, it's our time to shine. And there's something, like, even saying it makes you feel emotional, because it's always everybody else.
Always.
And this is just a little bit of tiny bit of a week that we get every Tuesday, just talk shit, have a rant. Some of it doesn't go on air, but we've got that space and to be housed. And I think when you said, I can't fall apart because I don't know if anyone can contain that, I really feel that. Like, I feel that on the daily. Like, there's stuff been going on this week that we've spoken about, from new life, from fucking being a child again. And it's like, I give people a little bit because I think, what can you, like, even my partner, yes, last night I had a bit of a breakdown, but I couldn't just go, blah, blah, blah. I had to give him a little bit, and then he was all right with a little bit, so I could give him a bit more. Because it was like, I don't want to send you over the edge with how I feel. Because it's pretty deep.
Thinking of everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and then and then you come round and I'm like, fucking because I know that you're not going to go home and think, oh my God, don't worry about this. You know, there's not that emotional attachment that I worry about your safety when you leave because I've told you my stuff.
Yeah. And also because it's good because you're the only person that doesn't think that you have to fix anything. I don't need you to fix it. I need you to go to me, what the fuck? What was that?
Yeah.
Have you know, and you make me think.
Narrative.
Yeah, you make me think and you rein me back in because you know that I can handle the truth on so many levels and you're probably one of the only brave people enough to do that, you know? I've got to give it to you.
I mean, I hear you because when people say to me, fucking hell, what you see that's windy, I'm like, well, absolutely, why not? Why wouldn't you? For me, it's like, why wouldn't you? But you've got this, like, sometimes you look angry. Well, a lot of the time, actually, you look angry, I'm going to name that.
Yeah.
And because you're like, people are like, oh, fucking hell. But actually, you're not far from angry. Sometimes you are. As we all are, you're far from angry, but you're just very expressive in the way you talk. You almost like remind me of one of them crazy Italians. They're like, yeah. But because of that loudness and that impact you have when you come in a room, people fear that.
Yeah. I get told that a lot, and obviously I get told about the truth element. People think, yep, swerve that. Swerve her at all cost.
Well, I get intimidating. I get intimidating. And even when I do counselling, we had to always do like personal feedback of what we saw with these people. And mine was always intimidating. I thought, that could be further from what I feel or what I want other people to feel. Because I'm always cared. I've always been in the caring role. I've looked after kids in care. And none of the kids have ever said I'm intimidating. But I'm like, how am I intimidating? Because I associate intimidating with bullying, strong, don't give a fuck about anyone, don't listen. So, and I was like, why do I keep coming back to intimidating? But I think it's because I own my power. And actually, for other people, that is intimidating. I own my strength. I own my weakness. I own it. This is my shit. Here I am. And I think that's how people see you. It's like, fuck, what do we do with all this? And then we question that and think, well, why people couldn't help
I don't need to stay hidden.
Yeah.
People need to stay hidden. I don't need to stay hidden. I've got nothing to hide. That's the problem. And we were having that in-depth conversation earlier about if people know it, like we've said in our podcast with Herb, if people know if there's nothing to tell, there's nothing to say.
No, yeah.
And there is no truer statement. I mean, if you have already told everybody your stuff, what's to talk about?
Yeah. And I think I wish people would take that fear away a little bit, not just for us in general. I think I respect someone who says, you know what, actually, I fell on 5 penises while I was in Spain. I was with my other half. I shouldn't have fucking done it. I'll respect you. I'll be like, well, maybe you should try staying on your 2 legs a little bit better. Future, hope you wrapped up. But I'll give you that respect because I think, well, at least you've owned your shit. What I find really hard, and what I haven't experienced, and it might be in the same different areas, but I'm from Brighton way, I haven't experienced so much deception and honesty amongst groups of people that I've ever encountered here.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of my fear about worrying what they're all saying about me is because I know that in certain circles, I've been told that this has been discussed or they've been tuning in. And I think, why? Because you're not doing it out of a place of love.
But you're still hiding.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, still hiding.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? Let them stay in their own lane. Growth isn't for everybody, Lucy. Change, if it was that easy to do, everybody would be on the flaming train, but they're not.
No.
And that's not me mocking people. That's me being real. That's me speaking my truth. Let me tell you, some of the changes I've had to make have been the most incredibly hard things I have had to do. And they've encompassed all of me, emotionally, mentally, physically. And it's and application of myself, allowing myself that time as a busy mum, as somebody who works, as somebody that people are like count on for an awful lot of things, to allow myself that time. Sometimes that's been during the night because that's the only time I've had to do it, getting up early before everybody else so that I've got the quiet, the space and the ability to be able to execute what I need to and get out of my system what I need to before I then put not my game face on, but before I put my mum's head on, my work head on, you know, my partner head on, or
it's
friend head on.
Head, really, is it?
Basically.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know. And I've had to genuinely, actively create that space, that opportunity to do that. And I think, you know, not everybody is like us. And I'm happy for them, you know, and I think...
Yeah, and I agree. I do think that there's a space for everyone, and what if you don't want to change, you don't change, and I totally get why you wouldn't, because actually it's.
I don't think nobody wants to change. I sometimes wonder if people know how.
Yeah, maybe, but I think sometimes there's a contentness. I think there is a contentness in staying in a certain role. So, I mean, what I experience a lot in life coaching is, I've not got time, or I've not got time. Well, you've got the same 24 hours in a day as I do, I believe. What are you prioritising? So, I don't think necessarily that they don't know how or are unable to. It's about what their priorities are. If your priority is getting, and I'm just using a spitball, this isn't a person, but if your priority is making sure that your hair is blow dried twice a week, that is 2 hours of a week that you've decided to take up with your hair.
Our favourite subject.
I mean, I don't know what you're saying, but mine's blow dried yesterday. No, I'm joking.
Mine was blow dried this morning. That don't even say that says even less in this heat. I'm telling you.
And I don't begrudge people wanting to do that. And I like to have my nails done, and there's certain beauty treatments I like. It's not. I do aesthetics, for Christ's sake. It's not that I'm digging those people out. What annoys me is when people say, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. And I think, but we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's what we do with them. And for example, I know that I talk about it. If the washing doesn't get put away that night, it don't matter. If there's certain things that I need to do, that's what I need to do. Fuck the washing. Do you know, if you come, like, I haven't hoovered today. There's grass all over my floor. No one's going to die. It don't matter. It doesn't justify me as a person, but I needed to make time. Today is my podcast day. So as long as I do that, I don't really care.
But that's the whole point, isn't it? You have to make the time. Most people, for things that are important to them, can create the time.
Yeah.
Can create the time. If it's that important, and like you say, and it's an absolutely solid yes from me, like it's something I definitely want to do. Most people, you and I don't have the time to do a Tuesday, yet I choose a whole week's revolve around a Tuesday. Like that.
I mean, we generally don't.
And trust me, sometimes I'm working till at 1 o'clock in the morning to make sure a Tuesday happens.
Well, I know, because you always turn up fucking late.
Yeah. Well, timekeeping's not my strong point, and my daughter will tell you. My daughter will tell you she could give you a whole podcast on my timekeeping.
But and I guess, I mean, lateness, I'm not going to condone lateness, because I know someone that fucking loves to be late and is working on that, so I'm not going to condone lateness. But we're here. Every Tuesday we are here. We have arranged for going on holidays. We've made arrangements for all of our stuff, because this is where we're at. This is like this is where my energy's coming from at the moment. Like, I look forward to Tuesdays. I think, I can do all that.
Yeah.
I can offload. I can then go on with my day. Like, I will be dancing around doing my hoovering later. Whereas this morning I thought, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do my podcast tonight. And that's me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it actually fills my energy and soul doing this.
Why?
Because I can be me. I can just think, oh, do you know what? Sometimes I would have liked to have heard that, or it's a safe space to just fucking like let rip. And I have got safe people. It's like pockets of time that you're fitting in where this is just us. Nothing else. It's just us, raw, whatever we want to say, whatever we want to talk about. Like today, we was like, oh, what should we talk about? And we was just like, let's just go with it. Let's see where it's going. And we have really no clue where it's going to end. But we've just gone with it. And I think showing, especially for me, watching and knowing you, like you talk about you being nervous and things like that. I think that's so powerful for people to see that side of you and see why, you know, you are who you are. Because I think we all come over as one-dimensional people. It's like, this is who they are. This is what they do. Whereas none of us are like that. Anyone. And, you know, we're all guilty of judgment ourselves. We've got things from our parents that, you know, in their ear and in your ear about, you know, preconceived ideas about different groups, different people. And I mean, that's another kettle of fish to open. But this podcast takes us from being one-dimensional, I feel.
Yeah, and the reach is greater. As I say, we get lots of people talking all the time. But yeah. Do you find that doing this has given you any perspective on an area, specifically on yourself, you wish to work on?
Oh God, yeah. I think letting people hold my hand.
Fuck, Lewis, that's massive. Letting people hold your hand.
Yeah.
And what does that look like?
To be able to trust people with my emotions, to be able to like cry with people nearest and dearest, because I think as soon as I go into what I don't even call it crisis, like a point of real deep diving, I will barricade myself in. And it's a self-preservation thing. It's
What does barricading yourself in look like?
just ignoring the rest of the world. I'll do bare bitch minimum. I'll go to work. I'll do what's required.
So you function, basically.
Anything extra is a task. And
why is it a task?
I have nothing left.
You have nothing left to give.
I have no energy. It literally seeps all my energy, and I need to reprocess and put it even all back in an order, because it's still goes back in a fucked up mess.
Makes sense.
Make it sense, but I can go through that process with somebody, and I think I do generally have people that will hold my hand, and can hold my hand, and can hold me. Just need to let them.
Yeah, and that their reaction and that what they take from that is actually not your problem.
No,
it isn't your problem.
No, yeah, I know. That's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm not quite there yet, because I do worry, and I think one of my main sources of outlet out there is my daughter. She's really good, but I find it strange because I'm her mum. It's my job to look after her. And she was like, why are you? I said, but you shouldn't be looking after. This was a conversation last night. Why you shouldn't have to look after me? She said, I'm not. I'm listening to you. It's different. Yeah,
my kid's like that. My Sheridan's like that. She's my therapy. Me and her. I should podcast the conversations I have with her. Christ, they're even worse than ours.
It's really frustrating, because I feel by offloading on her that she's being the parent, but actually we're not. We're just having a conversation. And she doesn't go away and worry about me. She knows, she'll know she'd know instinctively if there's something she needed to be worried about, or there was a concern. She'd share it with the right people. So there's nothing.
We need to have to remember who raised them.
Yes.
We need to remember who raised them. And how much, again, the same as touching back with what Herbie was saying, the work we have done so that they do not hold our shit internally, carry our shit externally.
Yeah,
we've worked our backsides off on that, Lucy. We both went, I can't imagine what our reaction must have looked like to him when he come out with that.
Yeah.
You must have seen us both, because that's actually been so fundamental to a lot of the reason why we do what we do. For them, that we forget who raised those children. We forget who raised those children. And I'm like, tell me if I'm being a dick, because I know she will, or if I say, can I run something past you? Because I know you'll give me the truth. She's so, and I don't think, and I said to her, sorry, I miss you so much. I love you so much. She doesn't live. I don't see her very often.
Yeah.
When I do, and I said, I'm really sorry that I'll ring her back and I'm like, sorry about that phone call. Please know that I am here. I love you so much. That's not what I want our conversations to look like. And she's like, Mum, you're fucking fine, love. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
So she's like, no big deal, Mum. You've done this for me my entire life.
Yeah.
It's nice. And this goes back to that whole thing of it's not our job. It's neither our job, neither our business to contain or control or conduct how they react to what we give them. I've had to learn this a long, long way. It's let them deal with it.
Yeah, and it just goes against all my brain. Let them deal with it. Let them. Conditioning, but also I have always played a protective role. From a very young age, from my sisters to make sure that they weren't sexually abused, to my mum when she was struggling with
disclosure,
to then becoming a parent, protection, then working in children's home, protection. I've never done anything other than protect. So for me to go, do you know what, I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to worry about that. That's not my business. It's so far
removed from what
I am that I find that a real challenge. And there's certain things certain circumstances I can do it, certain people I can do that with. And it's mainly people that I know that they're strong. It's
not a bad thing, though.
No, 100% not. But in the terms of a partnership and like a sexual relationship, because I have been freedom slips, look so differently in a partnership afterwards. My previous partner, Chloe's dad, shouted out the window when we split up, well, at least I don't sleep with my fucking dad, across the whole of the entire cul-de-sac. So, you know, people out there doing their gardens are like, what's she doing? She's fucking her old man, her dad. Do you know what I mean? So, and that, well, I can't say how much that cut me deep. No, I can laugh at it. But I think when you have had those things used against you like that, I was 18 years old, I had a newborn child, and the guy that I was leaving was abusive, and then he's shouting out that. So half the fucking neighbourhood is now looking at me thinking,
can you imagine if that was an action replay in this day and age with all the quote unquote like they'd be like gaslighter, narcissist, you go, you know, trying to say like nowadays you won't get away with shouting that out anyway.
No, but I think that's still like you carry that, and I think other partners have been like, oh, there, put a little petrol, you know. And I like that, and I find that quite patronising.
As my eyebrow reaches the top of my forehead.
Oh, you'll be right up here. Put that back in the box, you know. And it's
a refusal to deal with it.
Yeah, or look at it, or being seen differently, and like just awkward, like ooh, and that's not necessarily partners. That's been with friends as well. That just awkwardness, where it's like, you know, you sort of looking at you and thinking, well, what the fuck am I going to do with this and her, and seeing those different reactions, that creates this big, almost barrier, you know. And I'll keep jumping over it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop. I mean, I could probably be a hurdle Olympic. But it's there. It's there. You don't forget. You sometimes, you know, I can see some of the looks I've had. I can see some of that. Well, I can hear him screaming at the top of his lungs about me sleeping with my dad across the whole fucking cul-de-sac in a very zoo village in Sussex. I can see the reactions of the people hearing certain information, you know, and it's those like experiences that sort of holds back that truth.
Yeah, I can see that. It's funny, I've had loads of things come up. Loads of things. For me, just personal things, but, you know, again, working on, like, not even like parenting things, but I've had a few bits of feedback that, again, like you say, I didn't realise you was like that. You're really aggressive. I get aggressive a lot. You say, what did you say you got? What was the word you used? Intimidating. I got aggressive.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise you was that deep. So I was like, do you know me? Like,
do you think it's I know the answer to this, so this is trigger some conversations for you as well.
Trigger conversations with other people or in myself?
Both.
No, not with other people. Triggered some conversations, and I will be open and honest. I've had a massive deep dive into how I say things and how I speak to people.
Okay.
It's made me look at what would be, as in an exploration, why do they think that? What is it not necessarily what is it, it's me. What is it I do? Why would that be the case? What's happening for me in that moment that they've encountered me that maybe has brought that version of my energy? I know my face says it all. Listen, we joke about the fact if my voice ain't saying it, the fucking subtitles are there, mate. You've got no getting away from what I'm thinking. And
should those Botox. I can't even hide it for us.
Why am I like that? Why am I like that? Why am I like that? Like, what is it that makes me that way? And is it just that I am that way? Is that who I am? Is that a bad thing? I've been on a massive deep dive about this because I will be honest with you and the world. most of my feedback wasn't positive feedback. It was very negative.
Oh, really?
Very negative. I've had some beautiful positivity. But again, from the beautiful people that know me. And I'm not saying that it's a negative comment. I find all feedback enthralling because feedback is access to information that you don't have.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter how self-aware you are. It's feedback I always take as information you can access that you do not have access to yourself.
Yeah.
And you're right. If that's the case, people couldn't have said the same thing if there was no truth to it. You know, so I'm thinking, right, let's go with this. Let's have a look at this. Let's explore what that is. And why are you like that? What makes you like that?
Are you referring to the angry?
I'm referring to the angry. We didn't realise there was any depth to you. We didn't realise you gave a fuck about stuff like that.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they were brutal.
They were brutal.
They were brutal.
I mean,
and I love that. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's all people that I have interactions with bi-weekly, weekly. Never been a conversation before, but definitely a conversation now. And I'm happy and willing to explore that. And have I found answers within that? Massively, massively. Had I realised that it was going to take me on such a heartbroken journey, and probably one that we should really do a session on, actually, Luce. But what I realised is that I'm overloaded, and I'm overloaded. I have a lot going on. I don't always have the time to process it. Regardless of what I've got going on, people are willing to just delegate still. And it goes back to that whole adage of like, actually, you know what? You are not holding space for yourself again, Wendy.
Who's the last person that helped you?
Helped me how?
Anyway. It's worrying that you're taking so long to think about it. When was the last time you actually asked for help?
Oh, I asked for help the other day for Sheridan. I needed feedback for something. So I rang her straight away. She was my go-to. When I couldn't get hold of her, I spoke to my friend Lois. I needed it in that moment. I was about to lose my mind. I'd lost my temper. That's not something... What is beautiful about that is the fact that I can honestly say I haven't lost my temper in a very long time. I'm scared of my temper. I scare myself with the willingness and how deep and how far I'm probably willing to go, especially over my children. And I'd lost my shit. And I needed someone to talk me out of the fact that I was outside the front of their house thinking, I might just drive this car through their front room so they know how fucking pissed off I actually fucking am.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't need a lot of help. I'm somebody who's really adjusted.
I'm not saying you do need a lot of help.
No, I don't mean it like that. But the things I need help with, I have probably a very select few that I could go to and access for the kind of what I would term, I'm aware of what I need help with. I know who I can access to actually get that help.
Yeah.
Because what I need is honesty and authenticity and a good talking to.
Yeah.
You won't get through to me unless you're like, fucking listen to me. And that's the truth, right? That's the truth.
Yeah,
I need someone who's got the balls to say to me, excuse the fuck me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's enough. You need to listen.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you you're wrong. And I'm telling you, you need to look at it from this angle.
Yeah.
So
I wonder, because you are overwhelmed, that because you have got so much to do, if some people could take some of those physical things to do, i.e. do the old pickup or, do physical tasks that you don't have to do.
Yeah, if I could outsource.
That you wouldn't maybe then feel so overwhelmed.
Because
when I see you or speak to you, it's like, blah, 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 and you're like this everywhere. And you remind me how I was pre-redundancy, where it's like you don't get breath. And sooner or later that runs out.
Yeah, and that's the good. That was what brought me to that point of us having a conversation earlier about the thing that it all needs to go.
Yeah.
And I am that person that can be that cutthroat. It all needs to go. And I'm not, if I never say anything out loud that I don't like, that I don't fucking mean.
I mean, a lot of our babes, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But it's what I'm, I agree.
Yeah.
And it, again, like through conversations we've had, through conversations with with my daughter, my friends, there is a lot that needs to go, and a lot that actually is not my shit to bear.
Yeah.
And also because more important things are coming through, and I think those gentle nudges.
Yeah.
And the I always find, which is going to sound really weird to our audience, but the more negative the feedback, the harder I will go into finding the truth.
Yeah.
And when I find the truth, then everything else doesn't matter. It falls, it dissipates, it's irrelevant, and it's irrelevant as quick as that. And therefore, the shift has to come. And I'm not frightened of change. In fact, I love the challenge of change.
Yeah.
And, just because I've got the capacity and the bandwidth to hold that, should I then take some more on? Not really. I need to get better at chucking it away.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing when you are a helper or
a fixer,
but also that fixes something in us, doesn't it? Because that fills a need that we needed and wanted. And sometimes it's about acknowledging that part of us as well. And as much as I could talk to you all day, it is 32 degrees and I'm literally sitting in a pool of sweat.
Comfort cushion.
I feel like
I'm definitely going to do that. You heard it here first. I'm going to introduce our See You Next Tuesday podcast, comfort cushions.
Oh my God, can we get them embroidered?
Oh my
God, yeah.
You heard it here first.
If anyone wants to embroider some cushions, I'll send you my address. As much as I feel like after this half an hour I should be a size 6, I'm unfortunately not, but I think we're going to certainly
wrap it up there
before we melt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
We'll do that. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks again everyone for all your support. It doesn't go unnoticed. Like, subscribe, comment. Hate when people say that.
Welcome.
Well done it.
Regardless.
See you next week.